Welcome again to another School of Airway session. I was asked on my website, an email, what's the best airway mannequins out there. This is just my opinion. This is what I've seen. I haven't touched all of them, and I can't wait to. Realistic mannequins are hard to have, such as they're too much plastic, too much rubber, not enough silicone, not enough reality, jaw distraction, esophageal construction is not designed well. Nothing's perfect. Nothing's like a fresh cadaver. Nothing's like a live human. Okay? So the first mannequin I've seen, I'm not sure what the name they're going to give this mannequin, but designed at a simulation lab in Minnesota, Sim Portal, and looks very realistic here. And I'll show you how realistic it is right now.
Cameron Johnson in mannequin form.
That's his face without hair.
First, it's a little creepy for me just to see it, but the bigger picture is fascinating.
Wow.
This lifelike mannequin created at the University of Minnesota will be crucial for the military and many others.
So this mannequin, you can actually distract his jaw. You can this is the most realistic crike I've seen, other than the remodels, 3D models, reconstructions I've seen that Leviton has designed for his airway course. But this is the first one I've seen that looks pretty realistic, with real ears, looks like real anatomy in face, nose, mouth, which is very hard to get. I can't wait to intubate with this and see how realistic it is. What I really like to do is have a mannequin like this and be able to purchase, but it's all about funds, right? The next one, mannequin that I'll talk about is designed by it's a Trauma Effects by the KGS group. They design a lot of these mannequins for military use. This looks like it has great potential for crikes, for needle decompressions. It looks very realistic. This mannequin. How it feels and how it looks when you intubate inside, I can't tell you. It looks realistic here on the outside. Its purpose may be less for airway and other things like hemorrhage control, pneumothorax treatment, tourniquets for patients who are reenacting amputations in the field, but has great potential. The one I have touched and played with is the Air Sim TrueCore mannequin. The one I'd like to ideally have is this one. This one will let you practice percutaneous tracheostomies and allow you to do cricothoracotomies. Also, if you do get a fiber optic scope, it would be nice to practice your bronch skills or intubation skills with fiber optics, or things that look like fiber optics, like the A-scope by Ambu. It'd be nice, ideal to intubate here. My only problem with TrueCore mannequins is they don't develop the esophagus well. So if I have a novice intubator, I'd like to have a person who can accidentally goose the airway and think they intubated, and like, no, there's no chest rise, there's no lung insufflation. So that's one thing I find lacking in the TrueCore mannequin. No mannequin's perfect. This is CT scan designed inside airway. It's pretty realistic. The most realistic I've seen so far. Perhaps the other device, the other mannequin designed by Sim Portal, when I use it, we'll be able to compare, but this is the most realistic insides I've had for airways for intubation. The only my down gripe is the esophagus is not well developed. The neck is too floppy sometimes, especially the one that has a torso. And if you bend the neck, you can actually kink the neck and not allow aeration of the lungs, which are the torso is pretty realistic with it. You can actually palpate the ribs and see true chest rise. Now, the mannequin that a lot of bang for your buck, relatively cheap, some I've seen it down to 700 used, is a Airway Larry mannequin. This is not realistic, but it is tough. Its skin is very thick, very plastic, leathery, almost as if it's a radiation patient. And the tongue is very leathery as well, as if it's also another radiation patient or a patient made to be difficult and very anterior. So this is more of a mannequin to buy to challenge your airway skills, but it's not realistic. It is kind of realistic, difficult airway, but it's not realistic anatomy-wise. It's very stiff, very plastic. But these are just my opinions. Ideally, I'd have the money to buy as many mannequins as possible to provide variety in my training of whoever I'm teaching. TrueCore makes other mannequins. I have the older model of the Truman, but I don't have the Truman Trauma. This is another ideal mannequin I would consider buying if you don't mind paying $6,000 to $7,000. Good quality care or training costs money. Hopefully this session of introducing you to different Airway mannequins, but the mannequins I would choose, have been helpful today. Okay? Have a good day. Come back again.